There is no time when you will be ready. This is a hard thing to grasp, and also a realization that will come to you probably over time. But ready is a lie, okay? You can never be ready. As in, oh, I'm going to do X when Y happens. I'm going to do this when this happens. No, okay? You cannot start living your life after a certain thing happened. Your life is right now. In this very instance that you're listening to this, that is when your life is happening. And it will always be in this very instance. You gotta keep going. That's number one, important. But also, you have to realize that that's just a fact. Most of the time, it is okay to just jump in. And yes, I'm gonna get the sort of smart asses that are gonna be like, yeah, but, oh, I'm not ready because I don't have a driver's license and I can't just drive. Yeah, very funny. That's obviously not what I meant by this. What I meant is that you say, oh, I'm gonna start dating when I went to the gym for 6 months. And then obviously you're not gonna go 6 months fully through and you're gonna be like, well, now I have an out, right? So you have an out there. Or you're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna I don't know, ask the girl out when I do XYZ, or who knows what. Very often it is the case that you actually can't be ready for some things. But that's okay. Because most of the time, I would say an inordinate amount of time, right? Like the vast majority, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. The ready, when you really think about it, what does that even mean? Oh, I'm not ready for it. Okay, but like, I find this interesting. So let's say, it obviously depends. This is not going to be applicable to everyone. Once again, this goes back to an earlier discussion that we had where not every message is meant for you, and that's okay. But let's say you're like, oh, I'm not really ready for a relationship. But then you meet someone that you vibe with in a way that is just, you are so on the same wavelength. You laugh at their jokes, they laugh at your jokes. It just like fits, I mean, almost perfectly. Then don't deny yourself because you have some sort of preconceived notion of, I'm not ready. Okay? I don't think that's smart. Now, it might be the case that there is, you know, another thing that you have to work through, right? Maybe you went through a breakup recently and you still have feeling for your ex or something like that. That's different. That's not the ready I'm talking about, right? The ready I'm talking about is like deferred life, right? The deferred life. Oh, what a trap to fall into. And I've fallen into this numerous times before, and I had this in my old journal. But it's incredible how easy it is to fall into this, right? I'm gonna start living in the now after I don't know, pass university, right? I'm gonna once I graduate, I'm gonna be present when I'm promoted in my job and things like that. And it's not a smart choice because what you will find is that the time has passed, and it's best to give grace to your previous self and say, you know what? They did the best they could. They had the information that they had in their head. They had the influences, the upbringing, all of that, right? In Eastern tradition, you would call that karma, right? The karma that you had basically led you to the point where you made the decision that you made. It is what it is. Release yourself off that because you can't change that anyway. It's fine if you're like, if you say, oh, I'm pissed or I'm annoyed or I regret doing XYZ. Okay, but don't dwell on that. Let that inform you how you go forward. Okay? Don't look back in order to look back and regret. Take the regret and say, I have this regret. That's a bummer. It is what it is. But then use that to inform you how you act next time and what you do next time. Okay? I'm not saying that I'm perfect at this by any stretch of the imagination. Of course not. Because that's not who is perfect. It doesn't exist. That's a construct that is unattainable, right? Perfection is unattainable. Great quote by David Schwartz from the book The Magic of Thinking Big, I believe is what it's called. And it is perfection is you can never reach perfection, therefore improvement is possible to infinity. And that was a great quote. It's not 100% exactly how he said it, but you know, the meaning is the same. And that was a great quote. When I heard that, I listened to that in as an audiobook. When I heard that, I stopped walking because I was walking. I took out my phone, I rewound, there you go, and I listened to it again because it was so damn good. It was such a good quote, right? Like, perfection is unattainable, therefore you can always improve. There is always room for improvement, which is amazing, right? And for some people that could be frustrating, but for others, I mean, that's amazing. Because that means that we can always have a trajectory in the right direction. But yeah, bringing it back to the deferred life, let's say, and just sort of the idea of you do X when Y has happened. It's just not a good idea, because you will always have another reason to delay something, right? And listen, I'm guilty of this myself. I very much am. I wanted to take up some dance classes before, and I think I had this idea I mean, at this point, it must have been even before COVID. So that is a long time ago, right? I could have been like, obviously COVID came along, fine, but like I could have been dancing for like 3 years at this point. And after 3 years, god damn, you're gonna be pretty like good at that, right? Like you're gonna be better than like 50% of the population at the very least. Which doesn't necessarily need to be your goal, but like I'm still saying, like you would be pretty good. And I guess one thing to think about there is the time will pass anyway, right? Like the time will pass. It doesn't matter. You can do something or you can not do something, but the time is gonna pass. So I don't know. It is a thing to think about, where you should, what would you say? You should think about that you could spend the next 5 years the same way, which is, listen, if you are happy, then let's go. Oh my god, I remember this. I read a comment on a short. I think it was from, the short itself was by Healthy Gamer GG, so Dr. K. And, oh my god, I have to think about this. So, the idea was that it was about a similar topic of like, you should look at friends and how you balance your life. That was what it is. I actually think I literally found the short, I'm pretty sure. Oh my god, I actually did. So it's basically regain balance in your life, right? So you want to balance life. And the comment is the following by Kaupenjoe. I'm at the point where just watching this video makes me cry. First of all, feel you, man. Don't worry about it. I am longing for a healthier lifestyle, or for the benefits of it. I just don't want to pay the price right now, and I've been really liking my life the past few months. The thing about this, if I understand the comment correctly, if you like your life, even if it is unbalanced, my man, if you can truly tell yourself, you know what, I am actually happy. No need for balance, okay? If you, in your moments when you are alone and you can truly tell yourself, I am at peace, I am happy, I like my life right now, then that's totally fine. It might also only be a season. Remember this. Just because your life is a certain way right now does not mean that it has to be the same way next year or in 2 years or in 5 years. You can always change up a few things. And yes, while I would always say a healthier lifestyle is probably better than an unhealthy one, obviously, sometimes balance is not possible, right? Like maybe you're working a job and you're studying in university at the same time, and you gotta say, listen, I gotta put in like 65, 70 hours this week because that's just what it takes. Then let's go. But always remember, you can always change up your life. That's totally up to you. So yeah, something to think about. And a pretty neat thing. Hope to talk to you next time as well.